Make sure I get everything out. All right. Okay, now I can hear a little bit. Oh, good morning, everyone. This is my behind the scenes with this phenomenal guest. I call her, she's in the hot seat. The hot seat's not so hot anymore, although we serve a God that's a consuming fire, and that will be Anna Reyes Outs. Oots. I'm going to get it. I always mess up. Oot. You know, I like to eat apples and bananas, and then we turn it around. Oots. Okay. Oots.
You got it.
Oots. I'm going to get it. All right. All right, guys, we're about to go in.
You are now tuned in to Today with Pastor Jay on WNZF News Radio, where we discuss inspiring and informative news. And now here's your host, Pastor Geraldine Denny.
Good morning, good morning. Wake up, good morning, rise and shine. It's a brand new day, and you're tuned in to Today with Pastor Jay. I'm your host, Pastor Geraldine Denny, bringing you hope, faith, and real conversations to start your Sunday off right. And family, today we're talking about growth. Ooh, who wants to talk about that? Healing and personal excellence. What it really means to move from simply surviving life to living with clarity, intention, and purpose. And I'm so excited about this subject this morning. Our theme verse today reminds us that transforming begins in the mind. Romans 12:2 says, "And do not be conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of God." And that is so gracious. So my guest this morning is none other than Anna Reyes Oots. Did I get it right?
You did.
I always, she is a TLC lifestyle coach, certified John C. Maxwell coach, mentor, and advocate for personal growth and transformation. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's been my intention to have you on the show for years now. And of course, you know, it's been kind of going around, but it's 2026.
I love it.
And this is the year of divine execution for me. Everything that God has called me to do, it's happening this year. Everything that I've worked on, it's going to be executed this year. It's going to be into fruition. So I'm excited to have you on the show to talk about personal growth. And before we talk about strategies and outcomes, let's just start with the purpose and the calling that God had revealed to you that was consistently placed in your heart. How did you get to where you are to be this life coach?
That's a great question. Thank you so much first for the opportunity to be here. I love the word intentional. It's very, very on point. For me, it's purposeful. That's my word this year. So everything that I'm doing is purposeful. So the story always has different chapters. I was in the legal field for many, many years as a legal assistant. I always helped people. That was always my calling. And I always say that nobody came to an attorney if they were doing great because it was a criminal defense attorney.
Good point.
So that was always like a lot of coaching and hand-holding in my capacity. I went on to do other things. I became a director with Mary Kay, a Cadillac sales director. And I was able...
Did you get a pink Cadillac?
I did. What? I did. I did. So I also coached a lot of women to success. So I always felt like that was in my DNA. I love helping people. I was always a follower of John Maxwell. I went all over the country to see him. I read all his books. I was constantly going. And I figured, you know what? I can do this. I wanted to be a coach. I wanted to be able to learn from him because it's my faith and I love the platform that he has. And I kept seeing that a lot of people needed to get the coaching. I said, now I need a certification to back it up and be able to live in intention and in purpose how I do it.
You said that you've been ready for this your whole life, this journey that you're on. How did you know that you know?
Because people would come to me with problems. I've always been, in the makeup industry, you sit somebody in a chair to do makeup, it's like you're giving them therapy and you get to listen. And I like to be able to listen and give good advice. And I said, you know what? I know that I can do this. My heart was there. And I asked, when I came home from one of the events with Maxwell, I asked my husband, I asked my daughters, and I asked my sister, and they said, you're perfect. Like, you're the perfect person to do life coaching. And that made me feel good because it was solidifying what I was feeling in my heart.
How did your own life experiences, when you look back over the years, shape your passion for personal growth and for development
That's a good question. So you go through divorce. How do you deal with that?
Uh,
You have to learn,
Try
right?
not to kill people.
Yeah.
You pray.
You
Yeah,
pray.
you go through a lot
You
going
go
through a
through, I
divorce.
feel like that was one of the hardest times of my
Mm-hmm.
life. Being a single mom for a period of time, that was hard. And you get through it, right? You get through it because you have to lift yourself up. You have to keep praying. You have to keep willing to do it. When I left corporate America with a stable job to do something on my own, that was a big step for me.
That's a huge step.
That was the biggest leap of faith that I had ever taken. My husband now then was my boyfriend. He said, "You go for it. You can do this."
Isn't it great to have a cheerleader at home saying, you can do this, you go?
It is. It
Mm-hmm.
really is. And I became a Cadillac sales director for that. So I took it all the way to the top. That was another leap of faith. Moving to Flagler County, not knowing anybody because we moved here after he retired as a firefighter, and beginning again, another leap of faith.
Wow.
You don't just, know anybody and you start.
What
I
brought you to Flagler, though?
We always felt like we wanted to live up here. We were from South Florida
Mm-hmm.
and we kept coming here and it felt like home.
Okay.
Have you ever like lived somewhere and said, this is where I want to
Yep.
be? That was for us,
Mm-hmm.
Flagler. And I created a nonprofit
Mm-hmm.
with the Bold Ladies in Business for networking. That was a huge accomplishment. That was a leap of faith. You have to go through things to be able to get there.
Mm-hmm.
I always said that if I could do it, it would be my way of connecting with women at a different level. That's how that created. And then my heart just kept, it was bursting. I wanted to be able to help people live a better life. Like I want to have a blueprint to live your best life.
Speaking of blueprint, you often say helping people is in my DNA. What does that mean to you personally?
I have a heart. I felt like God was guiding me and said, you got to go out and do this. And it's something that's stirring inside of you that you can't let
You
it go.
just can't stop.
No, until you do it.
Is it your personal relationship with the Lord that really has grounded you in your faith to take those leaps of faith, right?
Absolutely. I don't think you can do it without that kind of faith. I think that it has to be so strong that you say, I'm going to do it. There are going to be great days and there are going to be bad days. And you think sometimes you question yourself, is this where I need to be? Yes, this is where I need to be. Because when you hear your clients tell you, you've changed my life or you helped me do this.
Wow.
And then,
Oh, I get that.
Right? You understand.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's better than any award.
any award. And it's so quiet. It's
is.
done in quiet rooms. You don't
Nobody
you don't need
sees
any
it.
clapping.
Yeah.
You just know that that's what's going on. And you say, thank you, God. I'm doing the right thing.
Especially people you didn't even know that you've changed their lives, you know?
Yes. And, when you hear them tell you that or write it down or send you a text and you know that you're making a difference, it's worthy.
How do you incorporate your faith in rooms and in environments where people may not believe the way that you believe?
That's a great question. I always say that they know what side of the street I live on because you have to live by the rights. And I don't preach to them when I'm coaching, but they know that that's how I feel. Sometimes when things are heavy, I'll say, can I pray for you? And then we end with that kind of conversation. So it's something that they know, even though they don't have the faith that I have or maybe they're not a believer, but then they're feeling something different because I gave them some tools.
You can share that. You know, I always tell people, be contagiously blessed, right?
That's a good
And
one.
it is. I'm contagious. If you're around me, you're going to be blessed. And faith can also be contagious. I've told someone once before, she's like, "Oh, I don't have faith like you." I said, "That's okay. I have enough faith for both of us." And I can just see that just popping off of you where you have enough faith where you stand in. For someone listening who feels unsure about their purpose, what encouragement would you give them?
That's a good one. I always say, if I don't get anything out of all our coaching, is to find clarity in your purpose. What I'm finding that a lot of people maybe left corporate America like me, or now are in their second chapter of their life. They don't have any purpose and they're lost because they haven't found themselves. When you find clarity, it's the best day. And John Maxwell says something that always even gets me teary-eyed. He says, there are two great days in your life: the day that you're born and the day you know why.
Oh, purpose is so important.
That's purpose.
That is absolutely purpose. Many people they sense a calling, but delay responding to it.
Yes.
They delay that purpose. So what helped you move from awareness to action?
Regret,
Oh, that's a good one.
not doing something. If I did it and I failed, that's okay. I'm all right with that, but I did it. not always is going to be the right move. How many things have you done or I've done that didn't come out right? It's okay, but
Oh,
I
I
did it.
can't even.
I
I
can't
can't.
even count
I
them.
can't. And I've just those are the things that fuel me
Yeah,
because I don't really. I just keep going.
exactly.
You
I
know.
don't get hung up on what if or what do they think. I'm going to do this. And if it's the worst thing that happened, it's okay.
Or
I
the
did it.
bad things that we've done.
Yeah,
I may have done it, but I'm not what I did. I say that to
that's a
myself.
good one.
That's yeah. I've got a lot of those. I may have done it, but I'm not what I
It's not going
did.
to it's not going to solidify who I am that way.
No,
You know
we
what?
cannot be defined by
No,
the tragedies in our life, the trauma in our life, the things that we've done.
exactly.
You have to rise above it. And I see you putting that in your coaching. People love you. They
Thank
adore
you.
you. They really do. And I know you know that. How does that make you feel to know? Is it like a weighty responsibility to be so loved and to be admired by so many people in our community because they see the coaching and the lifestyle that you have and how you're encouraging and pushing people? Do you feel a weight of responsibility to that? Like I can't mess up.
I do because they're watching what you do and I do live by what I say and I do it. I'm the perfect child for it.
Right.
Like I'm going to live the lifestyle that I'm coaching. And I do have a huge responsibility when I'm coaching people. I want to make sure that I've not made any mistakes, that we are doing the right thing. And it's such a process. Like every week we sit together and we go through it. And I always go back and I look at the notes and am I doing everything right? And I pray about all my coaching before I start. My coaching is today on a day on Wednesday. So I sit there all day coaching them. And when I'm done, it's almost like I'm emotionally exhausted because I gave
It
you
is because you
everything.
pour out so much.
I gave
So
them
so
everything.
who pours into you? So that's a good one because I'm constantly pouring out, serving, serving, serving. We do that. So who pours into you?
Obviously, I go to church every Sunday and I leave completely full. And today I get to start again. Actually, on Wednesdays, I'm starting back on my Bible study,
Okay.
which they had stopped. So I'm going back again now. So I'm super excited about that. And every time that I can go to a Maxwell event, I just came back from Life Surge. I was filled. I felt like I was ready to receive all that. In order to be able to go on to the next step, I have to be filled as well.
That is wonderful. All right, guys, we've got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch that dial. We're talking and speaking with and learning from Anna Reyes Oots. I got it right. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch that dial. You're listening to Today with Pastor Jay. Camera there. So, guys, I got all these questions written down. I'm using some of them. This is good conversation. She's fantastic. All right, where are we going? Segment one, segment two. Okay, you ready? Welcome back, family. Many people are productive, responsible, and dependable, yet they still feel unfulfilled. So often the issue isn't effect, it's alignment, it's mindset. And that word alignment, Anna, has been on me also this year. Of course, suddenly is my word for this year. But alignment. Alignment is more important than opportunity.
I agree.
And, it's mindset. So there's so much in our lives that we can work on. So why is mindset so foundational to growth and transformation?
I think with the positive mindset, you can get past so many things. It's
I
every
agree.
day you are working on your mindset. You can't live in a world that everything that's going on without having a positive mindset.
I don't like to be around negative people.
I'm allergic to them.
You too. I
I
said the
am.
same
I
thing.
am.
That's I tell them I'm allergic. I'm allergic to
I'm
negative.
allergic.
I can't. Oh,
It's
you
bad.
want to? I have physical reactions
I can
when I'm
feel
around.
it.
I can't do when I'm around people that are negative, that say negative things.
Oh.
So I find myself sometimes just kind of closing up when without sharing a lot, because if people even knew, I was just talking to Joe Woolbright yesterday. I said people have no idea. I don't. I barely tell anyone half the things I do because they'll start getting negative. Oh, you're so busy. Why are you doing that? I mean, I have physical reactions to that.
Yes.
How do you handle that? Do you get to say, my eyes be rolling behind my
I
head? I'd be
know.
like, ooh.
And I can't like hide it. So it's like, okay, I take a deep breath
I can't
And
hide
then
it either. That's why I
I'll
stay
take it down.
away.
You
I
know, I'll
stay
say
away.
what? It's okay. And then I retract as well. It's interesting. I'll just sit back and watch the
Yes.
movie play out. And I have to, but every day when I wake up, I
Mm-hmm.
tell them, I do my devotional, and I have to be my own cheerleader. I have
Yes.
to wake up and say, thank you, God, for today. Let's get the day started. And you have to be willing to cheer yourself on. Put yourself in that positive
Mm-hmm.
mindset. It's not going to be a perfect day. It's okay. You're going to get past it. And you're going to conquer so much more with a positive attitude.
Whew, I was just having a little mini PTSD break thinking about the negative people. But what are some of the most common mental barriers you believe that keep people from unlocking their full potential?
I think that they are comparing themselves to other people. You have
Yes.
to, and I posted that
Stop
today,
that.
stay in your own lane.
Be your authentic self.
Correct. And I think that that really is important. I feel like that's the most important thing. The negative conversations that you tell yourself, you're constantly in your own head. What does that sound like?
Mm-hmm.
Are you hanging around positive people? I always say, you know what? In this journey, you're actually going to lose some friends. That's okay. Your happiness and your positivity is bothering them, and that's okay. If you lose some of these friends,
Oh yeah, I repel them because
they're,
darkness and light can't.
yeah,
They can't
they just
occupy the
they
same
can't live
space.
in my rainbows. That's
No.
the way it is,
Mm-mm.
you know?
Mm-mm.
So that's important too. So who are you hanging out with? What are you telling yourself? Don't compare yourself to anybody else. What are you reading? What are you watching? And where are you hanging out?
Mm, that's a good
You're
one.
creating your own mindset with the things that you're doing. And there are things that you can do. Are you eating right? Are you exercising? Are you filling your mind with the right things? It's all together. That's why it's called lifestyle. It's all composed
Lifestyle
of your whole
changes.
life.
Years ago, I used to put scriptures and positive affirmations on sticky notes and just put them all over the house, the refrigerator,
Yeah.
you know, the mirror in the
I
bathroom,
love it.
whatever,
Yeah,
on the
everywhere you can see
door.
yourself.
Yes,
I
and
love
would
that
just say them to myself until I believed it. Because
constantly.
people will pull you
They will.
down. They will draw you down. That's why I stay away from people. But we have to rise above that, and that's what you're doing in your coaching, and that is phenomenal. Many people are surviving; they're not thriving. And when you get
Correct.
to a life of thriving, so how do you help them recognize that something needs to change? Because people don't want to change; they like that little drug. That's what they're used to.
They
It's
are.
like a muscle reflex, right? Like a
Absolutely.
reaction. They reset. They go
Absolutely.
back to what they were thinking, go back to what they were doing, go back to the negative people because it's a comfort zone.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
I think that because I take them every week on a different journey and it's all personal growth, we're going to tackle pain. We're going to tackle intention. We're going to tackle pausing. It's easy to fall back. You have to be able to move forward. So it's a constant reminder because I'm an accountability for them. So every week I'll tell them, it's okay. You
Mm-hmm.
didn't stay there very long. Let's get out of it. And I keep reminding them that it's okay to have a pity party, but how long are you going to stay there? You can't stay there very long. Take it to the next level. You have to be willing to work on yourself every day. It's a lifetime journey. It's not going to be I did it for 8 weeks, I coached for 8 weeks and I'm good to go. No.
No, it's a lifestyle. Just like changing your eating habits.
Correct.
At first, you didn't like the stuff, and now you can't, you know.
Now I don't
Mhm.
want to eat junk
Yeah.
food, right? I would
Hmm.
never, but that has to take
Same
time.
thing with the mind.
Correct.
Keep that stuff
It's
out.
that muscle that we're using.
So, what practical tools do you give your clients? Do you call them clients, friends, family, to help them move forward, not just to feel inspired? Because sometimes people might need a practical tool.
Absolutely. So I give them, when they decide to coach, an intake form. That really is everything about their habits, whatever's going on. What's your long term goal? What's your short term goal? And then I create a blueprint just for that client, a daily blueprint. And it's not that you have to stand with it every single day, but it gives them something to look forward to, just something like saying something positive to themselves every day because they don't believe in themselves. And I have to remind them that they're worthy and that they can be great. So take 15 minutes and breathe. Just take and say, you know what? I'm amazing. I'm awesome. Today's going to be a great day. Before you go to bed, maybe do some stretching. Remind yourself how incredible you are and do journaling, which I believe in. I tell them devotional, whatever it is that you do in the morning. So I give them a blueprint of what they're looking for. So make it easier for them. And they like that because then they're like, I can do this. And they keep reminding themselves and going back to it. And then we go, what worked for you? What didn't work for you? And we dissect that together every single week.
How do you handle criticism? Because being as positive as you are, I mean, I get it. I get, you know, you want to ruffle my feathers, lie on me and lie to me.
Yeah.
Those are the things that kind of get me going. And I'm in a season where I'm very protective of my name and my reputation.
Right.
So when I hear someone has said something about me, I confront them. I do. In fact, this just happened about a week ago. Someone said something about me, and it got back to me. And they called themselves a Christian. And I went to them. I said, we're going to handle this the way the Bible says we're going. I'm coming to you privately right now.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something, dude. You keep this up, I'm going to bring some witnesses and we're going to fix this.
I love that.
So that's a private part people don't know about me.
Yeah.
My name means a lot to me.
Yeah.
So when people slander my name and say things about me, I have to pray and go, so how do you handle that? Me, I'm very transparent. I'm going to confront people.
You are correct. Your sister from another mister.
Okay.
I'll confront them and say, listen,
too?
you can talk about,
Yes.
you know, if you talk about my kids, if you talk about me,
Yes.
any of my family members, it comes back to me and I'm going to confront you.
I'm
I
gonna do
don't
it.
do well. I don't do well.
You don't do well.
I
That
don't do
must be,
well.
yeah, because I guess we're so positive.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, there's so many things to talk about, so many things to say.
Yeah.
So why waste your time? But of course, I'm amazing. Have you met me? If I was them, I'd talk about me too. See, that's another spin on the
I
positive.
love you. You're amazing. You
So
are
you're amazing. I mean, there's what's not to talk about, Anna.
Let
You're
them
amazing.
talk. Let them talk.
But still, when you are a coach, a life coach, and people look at you for that positivity, and they look at you to be that example and to walk the way that you're, coaching them to walk and live, it does kind of ding you on the side when these people say these foolish things.
I know. And you know what? Sometimes I laugh and I say, you know what? Just let it go. And it's okay because I feel like I'm just going to pray for them. I
Yeah.
think, you know what? I'm just going to pray for them.
Ooh, you don't want me. Ooh, they don't want me praying. 'Cause let me tell you, I have a God that perfects those things that concern me. Ooh, the wrath of God. Look, I serve the God of war, and in him there is no defeat. They best correct themselves, because if I get to praying, it's over with.
I love you.
I be praying for the Lord to bless them. See, I don't even be praying for the Lord to do crazy things. I'll be asking the Lord
Bless
to
them.
bless
Bless
them.
them. I say bless them because
Yes.
maybe they're going through something and I'm not going to judge. I'm just going to say, you know what? I'm going to pray for this person because they're going through something. They are. And it's okay. I was a quote that I sent to my friends. It says that we can't judge somebody. People that might be in the boat, they might be in a yacht, they might be in a canoe, and they might be drowning.
Amen.
And then, we don't know where they're at. So we just have to pray for them.
Gotta pray for them. All right, guys, we gotta take another break. Family transition doesn't happen by accident. Family, this just happens by intention, because she's definitely intentional. So when we come back, we'll talk about self-discovery, accountability, and what personal excellence looks like in everyday life. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch that dial. You are listening to Today with Pastor Jay. How much time I have so I can kind of have a mental... 2 to 3. That's no time.
Wrap it up.
Okay, all right. You ready? I want to give a thank you and a shout out to Great Eagle Strategies, Church on the Rock, Judah One Aviation, and Gerald Ministries. Thank you so much for sponsoring Today with Pastor Jay. So personal excellence isn't about perfection. It's about becoming who God designed you to be and stewarding that as well. And we have a lot in common. I'm just noticing this. Excellence is my word. Excellence, do everything as unto the Lord. I have a spirit of excellence. That doesn't mean it's perfect, but have a spirit of excellence. So how do you guide individuals through self-discovery and identifying their strengths to get them to that excellence?
Again, it is living your best life, whatever that is. Whatever's excellent for you might not be excellent for me. I bring them to the place that they feel comfortable in their own skin, that they're happy and thriving. You said that word because TLC is thriving,
Right.
learning, and connecting, because you're
Very
connecting
nice.
with yourself. Everything is you versus you. There's
true.
nobody else on this journey. You can't be good for yourself if you're not going to be good for anybody else. How can you possibly do that? So excellence has to be on top.
And what
being
does it look like? What does personal excellence actually look like? in
doing
real
the
life?
work, doing the work,
Mm.
doing the work. Living your best life means being happy where you're at and being able to grow every
Amen.
single day.
Do you help people overcome fear and self-doubt and
Absolutely. Fear, of
the
course,
weight of
paralyzes
past?
you.
Oh, it does.
Trauma paralyzes you, pain paralyzes you, but you have to be willing to do the work. It's uncomfortable, but then once you do it, you feel so much better. It's like you've been freed.
It is. You know, I'm a survivor of words and a survivor of trauma. And every now and then, you know, you have a moment where you're
Yeah.
going, you feel like you're back in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
So there's something I tell myself, um, this isn't that. This isn't that.
Exactly.
And you're not where you were. So this isn't that. Because oftentimes those feelings cloud you, and then you'll feel like you're right back in that traumatic experience, or you feel like you're right back in it. This isn't that.
No.
This isn't that. Our body may think, our mind may think, but you know what I tell my body and my mind? You're not the boss of me. I kid you not.
That's self-talk. I love it. I love it.
Especially when I'm fasting and my body will be trying to go.
Aw.
I'm like, wait a minute, body, you are not the boss of me. I'm the boss of you.
I'm not going to eat that hamburger.
I do, but it's been such a joy
You're
having
awesome.
you on the show. Thank you so
Thank
very much. It's
you.
good to be able to chat with you, Anna. And you know, family, what a conversation that we've had today. Is a reminder. It's so simple but powerful that you were created. You were not created just to merely survive. You were created to thrive and created to be transformed. So before we talk about all these other things and stuff that we want to do, we need to do what God has called us to do. All right, guys, you know what I say? Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow isn't promised. What are you going to do today? Reflect honestly about your mindset. That's a good one. Commit to renewing your thinking. Oh, yeah, that's another good one. Seek mentorship with Anna, coaching or accountability, and ask God to show you your next step towards personal excellence. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much. All right, guys, that was